from the American heartland is making headlines. Today, the Treasury Department is investigating claims that Minnesota taxpayer dollars were stolen through fraudulent nonprofits and funneled to a terrorist Somalia group. NTD's Daniel Monahan has more, including reactions from the White House and Governor Tim Walz.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced the inquiry yesterday on X. He says the department is investigating allegations that Minnesotans' tax dollars may have been diverted to the terrorist organization Al-Shabaab under what he called the feckless mismanagement of the Biden administration and Governor Tim Walz. The investigation comes amid concerns over welfare fraud in the state, especially relating to Somali communities. So far, 86 people have been charged in what prosecutors describe as a rampant and widespread fraud scheme. 78 of those charged, 91%, are Somali. The Department of Justice said a Minnesota nonprofit called Feeding Our Future and its affiliates stole more than $240 million in federal funds. It says the organization recruited people to open more than 250 nutrition program sites throughout Minnesota.
A nonprofit and its affiliates with these Somali migrants claim to have fed tens of thousands of American children during the pandemic. They were reimbursed for those meals by taxpayers. However, federal prosecutors found that almost all of those meals were never even delivered to hungry children.
The DOJ says the locations fraudulently claimed to be serving meals to thousands of children a day within just days or weeks of being formed.
In fact, those organizations' leaders spent the money on houses, luxury cars, and real estate in Turkey and Kenya.
Another scheme involved hundreds of organizations reimbursed for services which were supposed to help people at risk of homelessness.
Once again, those services were never provided.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says the fraud and abuse occurred under Democrat leadership in a Democrat-run state.
Where these refugees, these migrants are coming to the United States, they are abusing our system, they are draining our resources.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz last week said he would work with the administration to root out fraud, speaking on a local news outlet.
Do not paint an entire group of people with that same brush, demonizing them, putting them at risk when there is no proof to do that. But if you want to help us and you want to go after the criminals and you want to make sure there's no connection or find out where the money went, we welcome that. We'll work with you on that.
Minnesota is home to the nation's largest Somali population at about 87,000. Last month, President Trump announced he was terminating temporary deportation protections for Somalis living in Minnesota, saying Somali gangs are terrorizing people in the state. The move accelerates the end of a program that began in 1991. Daniel Monahan, NTD News.
A major crackdown on commercial driving schools after a review found many are